Hello everyone. So today I'm going to speak on back pain as I had mentioned earlier. Now when I speak about back pain, there are different types of back pain. Now when I say the types of back pain, its nature could differ, the intensity of the pain could differ, and the reason behind the pain can also vary. Generally, we see back pain in the lower back region and sometimes in the mid back region. So if it is in the mid back region, it's mainly posture related. Any kind of back pain could arise because of the stress. It could be because of the wrong usage of mattress. The posture could vary. If you're not in the right posture, that could give you back pain. It could be sometimes due to some deficiencies like calcium or vitamin D deficiency, or there could be some major underlying reasons also, sometimes related to the internal organs, like mostly the pelvic organs, I would say. So the pain could be because of some kidney related issues, or the bladder, or the ovaries, or the uterus. Sometimes it can be simple gas that could give you the pain. The digestive issues, if there is a gas distension, that could be felt as a back pain. Sometimes it is also because of some serious issues on the spine, like you would have heard of the slip disc or the disc protrusion, spondylolisthesis, and these conditions can also give you back pain. Now, if you think that the pain is serious, it has been long standing, and the pain is excruciating, giving you no relief, then I would always suggest that you meet a physician, find out what exactly the reason is, and then treat it accordingly. But if it is any kind of this generalized ache which has been there on and off, and which tends to aggravate on some days and not the others, then I would suggest that you go ahead with these exercises. Apart from the exercises which I will be showing you later, I would also like to give you some tips on the diet as well as the naturopathic treatments. Now, since I mentioned about the exercise, let me just give you a word of caution. For any type of back pain, forward bend needs to be avoided. Forward bends, like acute forward bends, can generally aggravate the back pain. If at all you do it, you have been doing it, and if you even attempt to do it maybe to half the extent, then I would say you should definitely complement it or counter it with a backward bending pose. So that's a standard rule that I would like you to follow when you practice exercises for back pain, or even if you generally practice some exercises, though you have some back pain, then you need to follow this instruction. Now, diet, when I speak about the diet, the food should be rich in calcium and vitamin D as well. Unless you have been diagnosed with a severe deficiency of calcium or vitamin D, I wouldn't suggest any supplements, synthetic supplements. The supplementation can be through natural food. So, the food which would help you with the calcium supplementation would be the milk and milk products for sure. Then, ragi is very high in calcium, spinach and drumstick leaves, then nuts and seeds are all very high in calcium. Urad dal, the black gram dal, and the green gram are all good sources of calcium, and this can be taken in plenty in your diet. Apart from this, in case, as I mentioned earlier, if you think that you have a deficiency, then you have to go for supplementation. Now, when I speak about vitamin D, we all know it's a sunshine vitamin. So, of course, you need proper exposure to sunlight, and that's in the early morning hours, like I would say up to 9 o'clock in the morning, and evening after 5 p.m. would be the right time to get exposed to the sunlight. And the only vegetarian source of vitamin D would be the mushroom. Other than that, some fortified products like fortified milk with vitamin D can help you with the vitamin D dosage or the requirement RDA. Now, but the naturopathic treatments that I would suggest for back pain would be, apart from the ones, of course, I'm just going to speak to you on the ones that which could be done at home. Uh, what I would suggest is a simple hot pack will relieve most of the muscular aches and pains. So try using a hot pack, and if you have any, if you can procure any herbal balm, mainly containing menthol or camphor or eucalyptus, then that would be sufficient to overcome a simple muscular spasm. So just apply that, do not massage the area, just application of it on the region of the pain with a hot fomentation can relieve most of the pains. Now, coming into exercise, as I mentioned to you, I'm just going to show you few exercises, very few exercises, which I think most of the people with back pain could practice this, unless, as I mentioned earlier, the ones with serious underlying conditions. So I guess this should be fine for today. So thank you all for watching this video. Now I will take you for the exercises for back pain.
So we'll start with Tadasana. Tadasana is a posture where your entire body would be in a single straight line. So it will stretch your body from the toes going up to the hands. So how you do it is, it's standing. So you stand with your feet together. You could take the support of a wall. You could just lean your back against the wall and then go up on your toes, because this needs quite a bit of balance. A sense of balance should be good if you have to do this without any support. So you just raise your heels up, and as you inhale, you raise the hands up, stretch fully, interlock the fingers, stretch it up. Feel the stretch in your whole body from the toes to the hands. You can feel the spine stretch. You can feel the stretch at the back of the legs. The ankles are stretched. Now hold for as long as you could. And as you exhale, you bring down the hands from the sides and simultaneously place the heels on the ground. You could repeat this for a few times. It will give you a very good stretch when you do it. And now you go down to sitting. This is the second exercise that I'm going to show. Each of these exercises that I show, you could go up to 5 times, because though these are yogic asanas and in general sense it should be done only once, but then here I'm teaching you from the exercise perspective too, so you could do it few times. I would say you could do up to 5 times. Now you sit with the legs straight, hands by the side of the body. As you inhale, you will turn the upper body to the left. Place both the hands by the side of the body. The right hand would be closer to your hips. The left hand would be behind. And as you exhale, if possible, you can turn the head backwards. You can feel the twist and stretch in the lower back. So hold the posture with normal breathing. Enjoy the stretch, and then as you inhale, turn the head forward. Exhale, release the hands, turn the chest forward, and repeat it on the other side. Now you lie on your back, hands by the side of the body. Bring the feet as close as possible to your hips, towards your hips. Place the hands at the level of the shoulder. Arms stretched outwards at the level of the shoulder, palms facing up or down, however you feel comfortable. Now take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, you will twist the body, that is the legs, the lower part, to the left while your head would turn to the right. Hold there with normal breathing. Then as you inhale, you will bring it back to center. So knees and head back to center. As you exhale, you will twist the knees to the right, head turn to the left. Feel the stretch. Inhale, back to center. After doing it for a few times, now you place from the same position, you will place the feet apart. Feet shoulder width apart. Hands at the same position as the previous one. Now repeat the same. That is, you take a deep inhalation, and as you exhale, you will twist the lower half to the left while the head would be turned to the right. You will inhale, bring it back to center. Then as you exhale, you do it on the other side. That is, the knees would go to the right as you exhale, while the head would be turned to the left. Once again, repeat this few times. Now, take the hands closer to the body. Knees are bent and the feet are placed on the ground. Now, as you inhale, with the support of the hands are placed on the hips, supporting the hips fully. And as you inhale, you can raise the hips up as high as you could. Make sure the upper back is fully on the ground. You do not have to lift the upper back. In case you feel comfortable and you are able to do that, there is no harm. But from the point of view of the back pain, I would say that even if you are just able to lift the hips up, that should be fine. Then as you exhale, you would bring the hips down, place it on the ground. Once again, inhale, raise the hips up, tighten the hip region, tighten the gluteal muscles, the buttocks, and as you exhale, place it on the ground. Now, the sixth exercise is on your tummy. You have to lie on your tummy. Now place the chin on the ground. Let the feet be together. Place the forearms by the side of the chest. Not just the hands, but the forearms are placed on the side of the body, that is the side of the chest, palms facing the ground. As you inhale, you will raise the chin, shoulders and the chest up as high as you could, but make sure the forearms are fully on the ground. That's more important. You will feel the tightening in the mid-back region and the lower back. Hold for as long as you could, and as you exhale, you place the chin back on the ground. You could repeat this. So these are the exercises which I would suggest that you do. If you develop any pain while you are performing this, then I would suggest that you go slow on it. maybe skip that fully until you're sure that you could do this by getting it certified by your doctor or any physician. I hope these exercises would be helpful for you. So see you soon. Bye.